The water is nasty. Like, you could tell something not right about it because it's brown. The teachers don't even drink the water.
People who live in low-income communities and communities of color are disproportionately affected by environmental problems. And I think that if these kinds of statistics were present in suburban, higher income, whiter communities, you would hear much more of an outcry.
To know your enemy is a part of the complete education of a man. When we say enemy, that includes any threat to your community, your people, and your right to exist. So these kids are in there with lead paint, asbestos, lead piping, lead in the water, basically dying to learn.
I think the problem in the Trenton schools with regard to the testing is absolutely outrageous. They were able to test like 10 of the 24 schools, and then they ran out of money all of a sudden. It speaks to the idea that they really have no respect for minority communities, no respect for the health and welfare of the minority kids in Trenton, and the fact that there's no funding available is ridiculous.
They tested 10 schools out of about 24. And in some of the schools, they found lead levels as high as 220 parts per billion, when the tolerable norm for lead is about 20 parts per billion. I mean, this is retardation level lead in the water that our children are drinking.
Even less than the allowable levels. You can see drops in IQ in very, very young children. You can see nervous system problems, kidney disorders. A lot of problems can occur from lead levels. And it really matters on how much lead accumulates in their system.
The Department of Environmental Protection did a study, I believe it was a few years ago, that showed that students in urban areas that inhaled these forms of lead were less likely to do well as adults than students who did not.
When I was growing up, kids didn't ever act like the way they act. Our water was clean.
I would really hope that the communities in Trenton would organize themselves as community groups, as religious organizations, to inform the community about the high levels of lead that's currently going on, because that damages people's immune systems, it damages children's abilities to learn, and every child should have the right to grow up in a healthy environment.
Intelligent Seeds, young people documenting real life.
One frame at a time.
This one right here is going out to the have-nots. 30 jurors to the world, not supposed to have Glocks, but got them anyway. True. Do life the inner city way. Yo. God cursed the slave trader, watching my navigator. History's haters of the young black male. These projects are like the Amistad. A copper's wine like a cat of nine tails on a black man's back.